Everywhere you go, people love sports. Soccer, cross country, swimming, even mushing.
Huh? Like with dog sleds?
Have you ever seen a dog team? What do you really know about a sport that saved thousands of lives?
The Serum Run commemorates the 1925 rescue of Nome by 20 mushers from Nenana to Nome. They relayed this antitoxin and saved Nome from an outbreak of diphtheria. My name is Duncan. I live in Indianola, Washington. I've got Samoyeds, sled dogs, and I've been doing this a long time. And we're out here training today to get ready for the Norman Vaughn Serum Run.
My name is Vaughn Martin. I'm a musher from Chehalis, Washington. That's in Lewis County. The name of my kennel is Call of the Wild Huskies. I'm a big Jack London fan, and if you were out at my kennel at night and heard them sing, you'd know why I call it Call of the Wild Huskies.
The Norman Vaughn Serum Run 25, the official title of it. It's an expedition. It's not a race. It's non-competitive, and it was conceived by Norman Vaughn, an amazing guy who at the ripe age of 100 finally passed away a couple of years ago. But he was a dog driver during the 1928 bird expedition to the South Pole. And he wanted some means of kind of revisiting the old days of Iditarod when they would camp on the trails, and also pay tribute to the mushers and the dogs that risked their lives to save Nome back in 1925.
My favorite thing about dog sledding is my relationship with each of these dogs. That's why I do it. I enjoy seeing the joy they get from running. This is what they want to do more than anything in the world. They want to run as a pack. They want to run down the trail. They want to see around what's around that next turn. And no matter how many times you might put them on the same trail, when they get out on it, it's like the first time for them. It's very joyful, and you develop this relationship of trust and love and respect with each of them. You depend on each other for comfort, for security to get down the trail, and it kind of maintains that human-canine kinship in a modern age, and kind of really keeps you connected to the earth. There's nothing like going over a mountain by dog team.
To prepare the dogs for a 20-day Alaskan expedition, mushers need to have a rigorous training plan.
Over this next like 3-4 weeks, we'll get the dogs up to 30, 40, 50-mile runs, and multiple day runs too, to where they get used to that, and just getting them fit for being able to run for 18 days straight.
I've got a log of every run I've ever made since I first started.
The frostbite, the risks, the unforgiving mistakes. What makes dog sledding worth it?
There were so many things. Putting the dogs into an element that evolution has created them to be in. We were in these extreme cold temperatures, and they thrived. Their heavy coats have always been a disadvantage in these warmer areas, and they were just in their element, and that was a very rewarding experience.
I really believe that if people that weren't sure about whether these dogs like doing this, if they came out and saw them get out, saw them harness up, saw how excited they were to run, it would probably give them second thoughts about any reservations they had. And the other thing is, you can't make these dogs run. If they don't want to run, they won't. If they're tired, they won't run. I've been in a race and the dog was a little tired, and I put him in the sled and he rode in the sled, and that's not a normal situation, but a famous...
I thought I'd never go back after 2007, and it gets in your blood, and as the 2008 deadline approached, I could just feel the churning inside, the need to go back. And there's just so much of this grandeur of Alaska, the scenery, the challenges of the trail. It's unthinkable to think that you wouldn't do it again. So we got to go back.
Mushing is more than just a sport. It dates back to ancient times when dogs and people relied on each other for survival. Today, that kinship is kept alive by people like Duncan, Vaughn Martin, and all the other mushers devoted to their dogs, the sport, and the canine-human bond.